What is up, guys? Welcome to the SEW podcast, March 28th edition. Getting ever closer to Wrestlemania. It is what it is. How have you
Yeah,
found this week in wrestling?
well, there's been some good moments. Other than that, overall, I couldn't say all four shows were amazing.
Yeah, I think it's been one of the weaker weeks in recent memory. But if you're new here, please like and subscribe to us here on this channel, and head over and follow us on Twitter at SEW_podcast. We got TikTok, Instagram, all that thing, which are down in the description. I think we start with Fastlane, right? Because that was the first thing that happened this week.
Oh, we're not
But
doing the news first this week.
we'll start with Fastlane, then we'll go into the news. And what do you think of Fastlane as a whole?
Nothing special.
No, it was pretty lackluster, right? I think maybe two matches actually had anything of note, right? Like,
Yeah, I liked how they did the Shane McMahon Braun Strowman thing
yeah, that was smart.
because I was wondering how they were going to try and get to WrestleMania with that.
Yeah, because we were saying just last week, we were like, where are they going to go with this? Like, what's going to happen at Fastlane? And yeah, that was pretty smart because finally it wasn't like, let's do a match and then just do a rematch at Mania, which is
So,
half of the Mania card at this point. Yeah, like half of the card is basically repeats what we've seen on Raw, right?
Raw,
It's all
SmackDown the
SmackDown,
last
yeah.
3 months.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I don't know.
let's be honest, I've got no interest in the Intercontinental title right now. I'm going up because I've seen it like 10 times with the two people.
Yeah, and especially when we had Apollo and Big E, who had a good match at Fastlane, but had just an awful finish. Like they completely screwed up the finish, and it was like embarrassing, to be honest.
So,
Yeah, I don't know. It's everything seems to be repeat. It doesn't feel like Mania season at all.
no.
Not only because there isn't the fans, or whatever.
The thing that I think, or even without fans last year, I was looking for, there was key matches on there that I couldn't wait to see.
Yeah,
This one, I'm not too much where I can't wait to be able to watch the 2 days of NXT's takeover
yeah. I think there's.
because they've done a really good job of building the stories and stuff up. Where main roster's done a subpar job of booking.
Yeah, I think you've got like a solid 3 or 4 matches in NXT who have done a great job in storytelling, and every single match on the card has a story behind it. It hasn't just been thrown on the card. But there's like a key 3 or 4 which have done an exceptionally good job at doing it.
Yes.
Mania, genuinely, I think we've got maybe 2 matches which have got a story. I'm not even saying a good story, but a story. Roman and Edge has been quite good, but that's about it. And Bobby and Drew. I don't know. You got Sasha and Bianca's match is just an
I just don't care.
awful booking, and it should have been great. It should have been a crowning moment for Bianca Belair.
Because personally, I think if they'd done the heel turn on Sasha properly, then yeah, I would have been more interested. But I just, yeah, Bianca Belair's winning. I have no interest
Yeah.
in.
And that's the thing, right? Because it should have been the moment where she wins, she takes the crown or whatever, and instead it's just been, I don't know. They've made them lose every week leading up to Mania. They're losing. It's like
As I say, the booking in general that's leading up to it and the story things to it for the main roster for WrestleMania is subpar.
It is. Yeah, obviously we had the Fiend return. How they're going to get out of that at Mania without doing a cinematic match, I don't know.
Well, the thing is, I quite liked from where he came back at Fastlane. I like the way from how padded he out was on that outfit to where they've changed the outfit now to where it's actually more skin tight to him.
Yeah, they did change
outfit.
because you weren't the only one who thought that maybe it wasn't even him when he returned, but because it was just a dodgy ass outfit that they had him in, basically looking like a square, just basically stood there. But I like the change to the Fiend. I thought that's kind of cool. But
yeah, I like the change.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a cool little thing, and I like how I quite liked how they did the match with the falling stuff and all that, because we knew Alexa and Randy weren't going to be beating the shit out of each other, you know.
And then Randy Orton had an upset wife at the end of the match.
Yeah, when Alexa just rode him. But there we are. Yeah, news-wise this week, I think we've got to start with the news that Brian James Road Dogg has suffered a heart attack on Thursday, a suspected heart attack, I should say, on Thursday after he left work in Orlando for the Performance Center in NXT. His wife has said that he's getting loads of checks in his organs and things at the moment. She keeps on updating, but the latest thing was that he was still in hospital. So we're going to have to wait and see, but we'll keep on top of it, and I'll be reporting it. Wish him and his wife all the best. I mean, God, that's going to be scary at his age when he's had so many health difficulties and things over the years.
Yeah, there's part of it though. Is his own fault.
Yeah, exactly. He was admitted alcoholic, drug addict. So that's got to be scary. It's scary.
Hopefully now that he's got himself straight and sorted, he'll be all right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Let's be honest, he's a great person backstage. He always was a good person backstage. Why everyone got confused. The guy who was running SmackDown got booted.
Yeah, exactly. He was doing a great job on SmackDown, and then he got booted for no apparent reason. Yeah.
Then they put Eric over there, and in 2 weeks they booted Eric out.
Everyone was destined to fail in those roles, weren't they? But yeah, and him and Shawn Michaels, by all accounts, have been doing a great job, basically running the shop over at NXT. So yeah, it's a real shame. We've had a couple of inductees into the Hall of Fame announced this week. The first, we'll start with. I don't want to say the lesser of the two, but the less big name of the two, the Great Khali, is being inducted into the Hall of Fame. I enjoyed Khali, when he came about, but he was a comedy act, really, weren't he, most of his career?
Yeah, I just felt it was missed poor place booking with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't amazing in the ring, but if you sorted him out right in the ring, he did some semi-decent stuff with Undertaker and Batista.
Yeah, he did. But I think the problem is you always be remembered that they built up that first Punjabi prison match, and then he wasn't in it. That ended up being, who was it? Was it Undertaker and Batista? Undertaker Big Show? I can't remember now, but he wasn't even in it. They built up the match, and then he got injured, so he was off. But yeah, I mean, he.
I think he'll always be remembered now for the kiss can.
Yeah, oh God, yeah, the kiss can. Jesus, I forgot about that. Yeah, he did some cool stuff with Santino and all that, some funny stuff in the ring, but. Yeah, it is what it is. We know why he's being inducted. It's because WWE has got a heavy push on India right now. Does he not deserve it? I'm not going to say he doesn't deserve it. I mean,
I think he does.
I think he does.
He made an impact in his thing. It's not his fault how things turn out.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But I just don't agree. The reason why he's being really inducted at the moment. Yeah. Is to help win over crowds in India.
Yeah, it is. That's it. Their big market strategy right now is India. So yeah, I get it, but it is what it is, really. But of course, the bigger name going in is someone very, very worthwhile going into the Hall of Fame is Kane. Kane's finally going in, which is cool. Undertaker broke the news to him on the bump, and he got emotional. He started crying, and Undertaker started crying, which I thought was a nice moment. But I mean, God, Kane debuted 97, 98, something like that in the Hell in a Cell. He's been around for an awfully long time. He's had more matches than any WWE wrestler ever in the WWE. He literally holds the record for the most matches in WWE, which is insane.
Yeah, actually, apart from that, because Randy Orton's getting ready to come up to beat him.
Yeah,
because they were talking about it in Randy Orton's interview.
Yeah, they said it, and then I saw someone do it and say Randy would have to wrestle 4 times a week, every week for the next 8 years of his career to be able to beat Kane. So everyone's like, I don't understand why he said he was near. He is number 2, but he's not near. Kane, because Kane, you got to think Kane was doing the house shows and stuff when they had a full house show circuit. I think that's the thing in it, which WWE doesn't do that full house show circuit anymore. So Randy's gonna have a tough job there. But look, Kane has been one of the marquee names of WWE for freaking 2 decades now. It's pretty incredible. But I'll say this, I didn't think I'd see a Kane induction before I saw an Undertaker induction into the Hall of Fame.
Well, let's be honest, they're going to hold off for the Undertaker induction, ain't they?
Yeah. They're going to want crowds. I'm assuming, pure guess, it's going to be next year in Texas, his hometown, because that's where WrestleMania 38 is being held. Pure guess, but that's my assumption. Is that they'll
in his back garden, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't have to travel too far then. I'm going to assume if they're doing inductors this year, which we haven't heard anything of thus far, if they're doing inductors, I'm going to assume Undertaker's going to be inducting Kane. I can't really think of anyone else.
Well, it can't be Paul Bearer, can it?
Yeah, totally. Can't be Paul Bearer. Unless Daniel Bryan, Team Hell No, that sort of thing. But mean, it's got to be taken.
RVD.
Well, that's the other thing. So the third name, which hasn't been announced by WWE yet, but is out there, and we know he's going in, is Rob Van Dam, who is another person. He does deserve it very well. I loved RVD.
Yeah.
I always loved RVD. He's had some incredibly memorable moments. And you think like his
and got more memorable moments when he jumped over the TNA.
Oh yeah, well, but his feud with John Cena at the rebirth of ECW and WWE was incredible. Like him winning the title and Cena nearly dying in the Hammersmith Ballroom. It's pretty incredible.
It wasn't so much the thing of it happening. It was what was happening to him when he tried to leave the arena.
Yeah. I mean, it's I always liked RVD. WWE wouldn't take him back because they wouldn't clear him because he's had issues with his eyes. He started going blind in one eye and he had some surgery and stuff. And WWE wouldn't take him back because they wouldn't clear him due to his eyes. Which is bizarre to me when we had, no offense to Kurt Angle, but we had Kurt freaking Angle wrestling when he had to move his entire body to turn around. I mean, it's one of those weird things. Yeah, I always enjoyed RVD.
Yeah, but there was a slight difference there. The difference is RVD might go blind through wrestling, and the other one, Kurt Angle, can still wrestle with a fused neck.
No, but that was the point. RVD went and got the surgery, and he was fine, and like everyone else has cleared him, but WWE still weren't willing to clear him. It's one of those things with WWE, isn't it? They've always sort of turned a blind eye when they want to, and no pun intended. And
like Christian as well?
Yeah, exactly. Like Christian, they can clear him on 7 days' notice after having not cleared him for 9 years, that sort of thing. But there we are. So, is there any other big news this week? I mean, there was Impact had its lowest ever rating with Kenny Omega on it. I think that was something, but.
This is why everyone shouldn't have Kenny Omega as their champion. He kills the product.
Oh, and also the WWE Network and Peacock are editing out content from. Peacock has edited out quite a lot of moments and matches here and there. Thus far, I've not seen that they've got rid of like any whole shows, but they also don't seem to have got round to like 1998, 1999 WWF and ECW. So we'll see. Wait till you get to Royal Rumble 2000 and you have like Mae Young with her puppies hanging out in the middle of the ring during the swimsuit contest. That sort of thing. Yeah, or Kane fucking a dead body. Well, it wasn't Kane. Triple H dressed up as Kane fucking a dead body with Katie Vick. That sort of thing. Yeah, I don't get it.
Well,
we spoke about this.
We also found out though as well that AE's doing their first ever pointless house show.
Yeah. So you just told me this. So AEW is got its first house show. It is Wednesday, April 7th.
No,
Friday,
it's not
April
Wednesday.
9th.
It's Friday.
It's both. It says.
No, Wednesdays they're going to be their TV, but Fridays they're first ever house show.
Yeah, so they're selling them both together. So you buy both tickets together. April 7th, April 9th. House show. In the WrestleMania week in Jacksonville.
One thing that Cody always stated, though, that they would never jump on the bandwagon of WrestleMania.
Yeah, so they've announced Kenny Omega and Michael Nakazawa versus Matt Sydal and Mike Sydal, Cody Rhodes versus Ethan Page, and the Bucks and Brandon Cutler versus Death Triangle. Yeah, they're doing house shows. You're right. They all clearly were like, no, we're not going to jump on the bandwagon. Because that question was asked to them when Ring of Honor did the Madison Square Garden show when we were in New York, right? So because people were saying, oh, look at Ring of Honor and New Japan jumping on WWE's coattails, stealing Madison Square Garden, and Cody Rhodes came out, Mr. Big Balls, and said, well, AEW won't ever do anything like that. Took them 1 year to U-turn on that. But there we are. Yeah, I don't know. It was...
It just seems, it just seems a pointless house show. I don't understand, especially when it's also in the same place you do your TV show.
Yeah.
And probably your 2 YouTube shows probably as well.
Yeah. Because, considering they're going to be, say, on April 7th recording Dynamite, and the people who buy the house show tickets, what the poster says is it's a combo. So you buy the house show ticket and you buy the Dynamite. So you're going to get the same damn crowd for both. Like, it just baffles me. It's clearly them trying to make a little bit of money, but come on, maybe let's not do house shows right now. I don't know. There we are. Well, I mean, I said to you, I was quite surprised that obviously WWE is running 20 to 25,000 seats at Mania each night. Obviously, they wanted much more. They wanted 45,000, but they're not. I think the building told them no in the end, that they were going to do 25,000 max. So they haven't sold out, though. They have not sold out, which the thing is, I keep on seeing lots of people very surprised by the fact they've not sold out. But, well, you and I know this. It's a heavily international crowd at WrestleMania, right?
Yes.
Like, people travel all around the world for it, and they haven't got that market with this one. So,
No.
So I'm not surprised they're not selling out, but there we are. I mean, I'm sure they'll do well, but yeah, I'm sure they'll probably... This is going to be the one time where WWE is not going to be able to inflate the amount of people in the audience and say, there's 75,000 people here in Tampa Bay.
What are you chatting about? Of course
they still will. They still will. Record-breaking attendance, all-time high.
Let's be honest, the WrestleMania that we went to, they stated a certain number and there weren't even that many seats to sit down.
Yeah, I can't even remember what the number was now, but when he said it over the loudspeaker, we all just sort of went, what? What are you on about? Like, there was about 20,000 more seats than the building could hold. Yeah.
We're like, well, all right.
It's so WWE to actually sell out a goddamn venue and then still lie. It's so crazy. But there we are. So yeah, so the shows this week. So Raw, it was what it was. It was very much focused on two stories, I should say. Probably Bobby and Randy. Like, that was like the heavy focus.
A bit of it, yeah. I wouldn't say it was too heavily focused on Randy's one because they did a quick thing with him earlier on, and then it was pretty much when he came.
No, I mean, like, that was clearly what they wanted you to take away from it was those two things. But yeah, I mean, Bobby Lashley had a cool match with Sheamus at the beginning. I mean, I don't know. It's one of those things where I just feel sorry for Sheamus now, and I want to know what the hell they're going to do with him because he deserves to be on that Mania card. He's worked his arse off this year.
I have a cross motion with Jimmy Uso. Not Jimmy, Jay.
Yeah. There's two people, right? Like, I know I said last week that Jim Ross has spoken on his podcast at length about how he says nobody is owed a slot on WrestleMania. You earn a slot there. We shouldn't be booking 50 matches just so everyone gets a slot. I agree with that. But then there are certain people that do deserve it because they've worked for it, right?
Yeah.
Sheamus has worked for it this year. Jay has worked. Jay has killed it this year.
Sheamus has earned it this year by putting on a hell of a great matches and never really managed to get the many victories from it this year and not complaining about it.
And still looking good, which, because I mean, when his thing with Drew started, I remember one of my first gripes was he hasn't won a match in like 8 months. And
I turned around and said, but yeah, he still looks like a legitimate good enough to be in the thing.
Yeah, and I think especially during that Drew saga, he really made himself look legitimate even in losing. Like, he really done well. But
so I've got to admit, he still looked good when it comes to the whole Jeff Hardy thing. Although part of that story was just fucking stupid. Yeah. He still made himself look good and things. So.
But yeah, it's just weird. And once again, same with Jay. It's like we're now only a week away. We're gonna know because WWE is pre-recording all of their Raw and SmackDown go home shows. They're recording them this week because they're moving the Thunderdome. So basically, we just got to wait for Paul and Bruce to let everyone know what's going on. Oh yeah. Once they leak it. Well, the thing is, this is the funny thing, right? Because I've already been emailed the links. The Thunderdome's going to be there, so people are going to watch it and see it before it airs, and then it's going to be all over online anyway. You know, the last time they pre-recorded a show, people would screen recorded the Thunderdome, and it was on YouTube 7 days before it aired on TV. So you know, it's like, yeah. I mean, that's not ideal for a WrestleMania go-home show, but there we are. Yeah, they're pre-recording, so we'll figure out what they're going to do with Sheamus. I hope they're not just thrown into the goddamn battle royal and stuff. It's just so pissant, but whatever.
Yeah. Well, to move on from that now, I've got to admit, Peyton Royce, she put on one hell of a show.
Yeah, Peyton Royce and Asuka, great match. Yeah, I mean, she's really improved so much in the ring over the last year.
Oh yeah, well, this is something I was having a conversation with someone. When it come between Billie Kay and I think Peyton Royce was the more better in-ring worker than Billie. I'm not saying Billie Kay can't. She can. But Billie Kay was always the better talker.
Yeah, you're right. And
So,
yeah, I mean, and Billie Kay's doing a great work on the mic on her own, and yeah, Peyton Royce is killing it in the ring. But yeah, and then obviously from that we got a WrestleMania match announced: Rhea Ripley and Asuka for the women's title. I hope Rhea wins it. You know,
yes,
god damn, I hope she wins it.
I can do something with the women's champion or Raw Women's Championship. After what Becky to make those belts mean something so much to now the Raw Championship barely being fucking defended.
Yeah, no, you're right. Like, what Becky broke her ass for a year, making that the belt mean something, and it's not Asuka's fault, obviously, but
No, it's just fucking shit booking
they
again.
just have this inability to use the women's champion and the women's tag champions separately, right? Like, they've always got to be what do you call it? They've always got to be together. Asuka's always got to be the women's tag champion as well as the Raw champion. They can't just be one or the other, which means that one always just gets forgotten. It just seems it's such a weird way to do things.
So,
But yeah, I mean, this should be a good match. I think their original plan was clearly Charlotte to be in this match because they had Charlotte go out on TV about 2 weeks ago and cut a promo challenging Asuka.
well, I like the way they finally brought up though why she's not there.
Did they bring it up?
Yeah, because Rhea Ripley did it in her promo.
Oh,
She
of
said,
course.
"Well, yeah, she can't be there because of COVID."
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I forgot she did that. Yeah. So obviously Charlotte got diagnosed with COVID. Oh, they let Andrade go. They actually
They have let
they
Andrade
let
go.
Andrade go. I forgot to say that at the top. Yeah, they let him go with no 90-day non-compete, which apparently has shocked.
So he's going to triple. So he's going to Triple A, didn't you?
I mean, I should imagine so, right? I should imagine so. Yeah, I mean that's crazy because no one gets a no 90-day compete. So that shows the sway that Miss Charlotte Flair probably has backstage.
Or Ric Flair, one of the two.
Yeah. Apparently there was a lot of grumbling.
Ric Flair probably threatened to have another heart attack on him.
Oh, Jesus. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Charlotte does. See, that's the problem, right? Because they're recording SmackDown this week. They're recording Raw and SmackDown this week. Charlotte may not be out of quarantine, but my assumption is that they would want to have put her into this as a triple threat. You know.
That or they'll just hold off and just have Charlotte come back after WrestleMania to be the one to.
I mean that probably seems more sensible, but they obviously like normally having Charlotte at Mania. But she's been taken off all the promotional material. She's not on any posters, not on any advertising
To be honest,
whatsoever.
the fans like to see Becky Lynch at WrestleMania, but we ain't getting that, are we? So.
Very true, very true. Yeah, so that was another match, and then we also had the match between Bad Bunny and the Miz announced after Bad Bunny hit Miz in the back with a guitar again, as Miz hit him last week.
Yeah, fair play to that one actually, because that one might look like it fucking hurt.
And so we were all assuming it was going to be a tag team match, and it may still be. They may still change it. But right now it is a straight singles match. So that tells me they've got some kind of confidence that Bad Bunny's been doing quite well in training.
I thought it was a tag team match. I swear it was advertised as a tag team match.
It's currently on the card is Miz versus Bad Bunny. Night one, Bad Bunny with Damian Priest versus the Miz with John Morrison. Yeah, because we were all sort of they've been building up the tag.
I was looking forward to Damian Priest at WrestleMania. And I'm disappointed. Hopefully Miz kicks his ass.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that they're probably gonna I don't know, maybe change it at some point, but they've got tomorrow. We'll find out tomorrow probably if they do it either this week or next week. Yeah, so and other than that, really we had Randy Orton and the Fiend come face to face again, and Randy doused him with gasoline and RKO him, and that's that.
And then get his ass kicked.
Yeah, I don't know where they're gonna. I really just don't know what they're gonna do with this match at Mania. How if it's not gonna be cinematic, I just don't get what they're gonna do with it. But we had Shane and Braun, and Braun Strowman has a fucking sound effect now.
It is fucking stupid.
I don't get it. I don't get that at all. But there we are. So NXT. What do you think?
It had some good moments to the show, but other than that, it was a bit subpar. Where normally, as I've been recently, quite hot on NXT.
Yeah. So NXT, it wasn't its strongest storytelling show, but they had a few key bits.
Yes.
We had firstly we had obviously the big thing was Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly doing their contract signing, the main event, which they were great. They cut some crazy promos on each other. I love that. And then we had the cruiserweight Jordan Devlin and Shawn Michaels appear, and the announcers.
Yeah, but that irritated me because why are they telling the story that the commentators that Shawn Michaels here? What's he doing here? He's there every fucking week. We all know he's there every fucking
Yeah,
week.
oh my God, Shawn Michaels is in the house. Like, yeah, like he sits.
If you don't realise he's there every week, then what the fuck are you do your job and have a look
Yeah,
around?
it's not even as if it's like just like an insider knowledge thing. They promote it all the time. They promote that Shawn Michaels is at NXT and Road Dogg and Triple H. Weird, but I think that could be really quite a good match between Jordan Devlin and.
Yes, it's going to be an
Oh
interesting
yeah,
one.
yeah. I mean, they've been telling that. I mean, I said this before. Like when they put the interim NXT Cruiserweight Championship on Santos Escobar, and then Jordan Devlin was doing his little thing back in NXT UK, but no one was really watching NXT UK, so no one really realised. So I'm glad they've brought it in and actually let it build up on NXT television, and not just try to rush away with it. Yeah, it should be good. I was very surprised that LA Knight was beaten already. I'll say that. I thought that was a bit weird. I know it was against Bronson Reed and they're pushing him, but
Let's be honest, it'll just lead to it'll be more, I think, to try and lead to a match between those two.
Yeah, I just found it really bizarre. I was like, oh, okay, cool. He's been here like a week and that's it.
Probably the best match of the night there was probably Kieran Cross and Lonely Arkin though. That was
a
fucking
very
great.
good match. We had Johnny Gargano flipping out of William Regal because William Regal's booked him in a eliminator gauntlet match for the NXT North American Championship at
You gotta
Takeover.
love Johnny Gargano.
God, Johnny's so funny. Finn Balor cut a great promo as well.
Yeah.
But
United Championship match would be quite an interesting one leading up now about things all going.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean they were telling odd bits of stories, but it just didn't feel as important as what it normally does. NXT normally does quite a good job of making things seem important.
It just seemed like the flow of the show seemed a bit off.
Yeah, and I know they're still missing people here and there and whatever. And I'm not entirely sure whether or not Triple H was back this week or whether he was still in isolation. But yeah, I think you're right. It just never got going. Just never got any momentum to it. But it was an okay show, and they're once again heavy on story still. But yeah, and as you say, they are leading into a hell of an NXT takeover. Yeah,
yes,
I mean,
I'm more up for the NXT takeover right now than I am WWE
the
WrestleMania.
card as it stands on 2 nights. I mean, I think they could have not needed 2 nights. I think they could have done away with that, but whatever, that's fine. I get why. It's because they were trying to feed Peacock something. But yeah, I mean, we just spoke about this. Something which surprised us both is that night 2 has both Finn Balor versus Karrion Kross and Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly, which we kind of assumed were going to be the 2 headliners of each night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be night 2 as it is going to be I mean, night 1's going to be fine, but night 2 you've got the Finn match, got Adam Cole's match, Gargano versus the winner of the gauntlet, and then Jordan Devlin versus Santos Escobar in a ladder match. That is going to be WrestleMania is going to have a lot to follow, as they usually do with Takeover.
Yeah. I got a feeling though that WrestleMania needs to add some more. Let's not have a straight wrestling match.
Yeah, at the moment is everything. I mean, obviously
everything is virtually.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Other than Roman, Edge, and Daniel Bryan, which will be, no disqualification because it's triple threat. Yeah, everything's singles. Every single thing is just a straight singles match at the moment.
Well, whether it's just a single sort of tag that is just everything's
Yeah, sorry,
normal,
yeah, that's what I
straight
mean. Yeah,
normal.
yeah, just a straight wrestling match. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to assume Braun and Shane's going to be something. I think Kevin Owens and Sami would be great if they put some kind of gimmick on that. A no disqualification street fight, whatever, because them two can just tear the living shit out of each other, and love
Yep.
it. That could, in theory, be the match of the show, right? Like KO and Sami, if they let them go, if they let them have 20
So,
minutes, 25 minutes, and let them go. But we'll see. Yeah, and Dynamite.
well, it started strong, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, they made Matt Sydal look very good, right? Like
So,
for somebody who hasn't had much screen time in AEW, Kenny Omega gave him a lot there. That if that was WWE, that would have
yeah.
been a squash. That would have been a flat out squash. They gave him a lot. I was really impressed. There was a spot there where Matt Sydal and Kenny Omega are up on the top rope, and Kenny like knocks him off the top rope, and he just sort of flips and falls off, and
Yeah.
nearly like just landed on top of Kenny, which was just I loved it. I thought it was great. Yeah, I was really surprised this went as long as it did, and in a good way. in a good way. Yeah, Hangman Page is slowly getting some wins as well. They're slowly sort of building him up again quietly, but he's doing.
What do you know about it? He's got plenty of
No,
wins.
but that's what I mean. Like they're quietly just steadily building him up with no fanfare really at the moment. So hoping they get moving with him sometime soon. We have Britt Baker cut a promo which I really enjoyed. And Thunder Rosa's a weird one, right? Because she's not signed to AEW. Still, so she's still just signed to the NWA, and obviously they're back on TV. Well, they're back on TV again now. So I don't know where they're going to stand with Thunder Rosa, because they killed it. They killed it last week. So I hope there's a place for her.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or maybe give him a chance. There's no offense this week. The women killed it again.
Yeah. You had the Pinnacle doing the Pinnacle things. But yeah, no, I think we had something with the Young Bucks and Kenny, didn't we, at the end, where the Young Bucks left and the Good Brothers came out after Kenny was beaten up by Laredo Kid and whatnot. And I don't know what the hell they're going for with this. I at this point, because they've been dragging this out for a hell of a long time now. It's like Kenny Omega splitting from the Young Bucks thing. I literally have no idea where they're going with this. It just seems to be dragging at this point.
Yeah, feeling that Tony Khan doesn't know where he's going with it just yet.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me.
He seems to have a great game for what we could quickly do, but not an end game.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, because I mean, God, it's been going on for months and months, and I get the long-term storytelling thing, but it's like there's long-term storytelling and then there's repetition, and like we're getting like lots of repetition with that. Yeah, Nyla Rose, Tay Conti.
That was a great match. Tay Conti killed it.
Great match. Tay Conti she's another one who's like slowly just coming up the ranks and doing some really, really great shit.
Yes. Thing is, though, she's highly skilled in the mixed martial arts stuff. So
yeah, I'm really impressed. And our main event was obviously Darby John Silver for the TNT title, which was an incredible match.
As I say, I think it was a great match, and the same problem that AEW does have. They got to learn to. That's what Randy Orton and everyone was saying in interviews. You got to slow bits down at certain points. Not.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, there's bits in there where it's like Darby's up the top and he's doing a coffin drop, and then he's back on his feet running in there and then doing 15 moves and then getting back up, and it's like, just chill a little bit, chill.
But they did make John Silver look like a superstar, and how much he just kicked the living crap out of Darby Allin.
And it's a shame John Silver was injured during the match and he's going to be out for a while.
They're falling like flies now. He's the second one to go.
Yeah, it's a shame, and that goes to your point, right? That goes to your point.
But the other thing that irritated me about this match, fucking Dark Order did jack shit. Sting comes out with a baseball bat. What the fuck's his problem?
I wrote down in my notes here.
And then the commentators started on Dark Order when the fuckers did nothing wrong. Fucking 5 got landed on.
I wrote in my notes here. So is Sting now just Darby's enforcer? Like, is that his role in AEW?
Yeah, but he didn't need an enforcer. Fucking Dark Order didn't do anything. They were just out there cheering, trying to get their person back in the ring after he got thrown out over the.
They need something better for Sting, but and I don't know. It makes Darby look like he can't do anything. I don't know, but.
Well, yeah, but it also made them all look fucking stupid because Dark Order hadn't done anything.
Yeah, but they're the heels. They're the heels, so it's like.
They're not though. That's the problem. They're really not. Nor do they tell the story that they're the heels.
They're supposed to be the heels, but.
But they've not told them for ages.
Yeah,
now.
I mean,
this year at all.
I mean, they are supposed to be the heels, and like BTE and stuff, and AEW Dark and all that, they still portray them as heels, but
their main TV show, which most of their audience
since
watch.
Brody died, they've sort of just shied away from doing it, which isn't great. But no, I don't know. It's one of those things. But they're obviously clearly supposed to be the heels, and Sting's just somehow an enforcer now for a Derby.
Yeah,
that's it.
But I could have understood if they'd done something, but they hadn't done anything. The fact that
they don't need to do anything. They're out there, so Derby's allowed someone out there.
Yeah, but Sting was threatening them with a baseball bat when they hadn't done
There's
nothing.
More of them. There's more of them than 60-year-old Sting.
Darby Allin landed on number 5. All he was trying to do was make sure Silver was all right outside the ring.
There's more of them than like 60-year-old Sting. He needs a bat, otherwise he's fucked.
Well, Sting could stay back fucking stage. We didn't need him in the match.
He's Darby's enforcer. Let him out of there.
Well, fucking go collect his pension.
That's not very nice. Sting's great.
I like Sting,
but yeah, John Silver's out. They don't know how long for. He's not apparently going to need surgery, they say, but he's maybe 6 to 8 weeks, something like that. He's going to be out. Which
I've said stuff about 6.
Yeah, which is a shame because John Silver was just getting on a roll, and he's incredibly talented. So hopefully they can.
Oh, I know it's a chance for his tag team partner to go on the single run.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's true because that is the beauty of Dark Order. There, right? Is that if one of them falls, they kind of sort of pick up with someone else who and let them sort of shine for a little bit.
The thing is, the one thing that I loved about the Dark Order, when a certain person joined it, where he was supposed to suddenly get a push, and then he's just a cheerleader in the background.
Who are we talking?
What's his name? Oh, I can't remember. I was good friends with CM Punk.
Oh, Colt Cabana. Yeah, I'm not a Colt Cabana.
I'm not a great Colt Cabana fan, but I love the way when they joined him, he started getting put, and then all of a sudden he just stopped, and now he's a cheerleader.
Yeah, they really hyped him up, didn't they, when he came in, and it just didn't go anywhere. I don't think they understand that people know the name. They don't really care for Colt Cabana all too much. He's just
now like Anna Jay and Silver become superstars.
Yeah, it's crazy, but. Yeah, I don't know. AEW was fine this week. There wasn't much storytelling here either. But then again, they're not building to anything because their next pay-per-view's like, 2 months away still.
Yeah, how fucking stupid is that fucking logical?
So instead, they just got to throw matches on a damn card, which mean nothing because they don't want to keep on telling a story in case it goes on too long if people get bored, which is not ideal. But Smackdown. Smackdown was... there.
Yes.
Daniel Bryan obviously got inserted into.
So basically, now going into this Universal Championship match, we have 3 heels.
Yeah, well, WWE don't think they have 3 heels.
Well, they have 3 heels. The way Daniel's been acting, he's a heel. Edge is a heel after what he did at the end of SmackDown, and Roman Reigns is apparently just a heel.
In WWE's mind, what they think they've done here is they've created a tweener Edge where he can be either heel or face. A heel Roman and a babyface Daniel, because they think that what they're doing is they're telling a Daniel Bryan story of where he was screwed over and he's now fighting the man. I get it. I get that. That's the idea. I see that, but
he did the heelish way of trying to get into a match, got in it. Edge got upset. Technically, out of all of this, Edge could come up being the face.
Yeah, that is not their idea. So obviously their idea.
The face got upset and beat the living shit out of the other two.
Their idea being, as has been widely reported this week, is that the reason that the reason that Bryan was put into the match is because Vince McMahon was worried that because Roman's been doing so well that at Mania they're going to cheer Roman, which is so funny because did we not book like 4 WrestleManias in a fucking row just to try and get Roman cheered? and not succeed. And now they're like, God damn it, they'll cheer him. We don't want that. So now they insert.
Who cares? If they cheer him, they cheer him. It's what the fans fucking do. Piss off Vince McMahon and
But
give him a
remember,
heart
this is
attack.
something we discussed many months ago now, which is they can control the Thunderdome. They tell you when to boo, they tell you when to cheer, they pipe in the noise, and now they're going to go back to real
Don't
life.
worry.
He's going to be like, God
They
damn
should
it.
They should be more worried that they've got the fans in it. It would make me like WrestleMania 35 again, where the fans start chanting, move the lights out of our eyes.
As I heard Dave Meltzer say it this week, and he's probably spot on here. Fans have been away from wrestling for so long, and especially from WWE, that the fans are probably just going to cheer everyone. They're just going to they're going to be happy to be there, and they're just probably going to be noisy and cheer anything, So, which is probably quite true, I think, which is going to drive them fucking insane. Cause they're not going to get the reactions to anyone they want.
That, or they finally got a chance to voice their opinion. They're going to boo and shit on everything that they bring out.
Yeah. The second reason, which has been floated as to why Bryan was entered into the match, was because that, and I don't buy this, but this is from Dave Meltzer, was that Vince thinks that Edge looks too old. And I don't buy that.
Then why haven't win the Royal
I don't buy that at all. And Meltzer and Alvarez have had a big stick up their ass for the last couple of weeks about Edge looking gaunt and old and all that.
Well, the hairspring chicken, but
it doesn't look too bad. I mean, Jesus Christ, I wish I could do that. I wish I could do that now, let alone it's. But yeah, I don't know. It's stupid. And we have got Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens for WrestleMania.
Be interesting, but that should not just be a normal match.
No, it shouldn't. It's got to have something cool.
Same as Shane and Braun. That should not be a normal match.
And of course, during that KO show segment, it was announced that certain Logan Paul is going to be on SmackDown next week, which they've been teasing, and Sami Zayn's been teasing on Twitter for a long time.
What's the better than they're going to make Logan Paul special referee at their match?
That wouldn't be a bad shout, He's a big name. I tweeted out.
But can he count to 3? That's the
he's got a song. It's called the Number Song, where he literally just counts. He just goes 1, 2, 3. So
and can he count? And can he count up to 10? Though that's as well. That's important.
Oh, I won't go that far. But he's got a whole song based around him being able to fucking count. But look, we both like Logan. He's a funny guy, but the amount of just abuse that I see people getting on Twitter who have said anything positive about Logan Paul being on the show, it's like, I'm sorry, the dude is incredibly popular.
Yeah.
I think it really kind of shows people who are out of touch, who don't get that.
No offense, when the dude's managing to piss off, a fucking complete utter cockface in the boxing world, Money Mayweather, and irritate him that much to finally get the fight he wanted with him, fair enough. But you can't moan at bloke. He knows how to make money. He knows how to do things.
I mean, look, I'm looking now. He's got 23 million subscribers. Every time he uploads a video, he's getting more views on a damn YouTube video than WWE's getting on Raw and SmackDown. So it's so out of touch with people to disregard him.
And let's be honest, other people may have been great to see another popular one do it, but unfortunately, this is that moment. He's not the best person in the media world right now, and the other major famous one.
No. But that's it. It's like it's just it's weird to me that how many. I mean, I put it on Twitter, and I think one of the very first replies was that I'm going to switch it off when he appears on SmackDown and switch it back on afterwards. No, you're not. You're going to watch the show. You watch it every week. You're going to watch it regardless.
Why? Yeah, probably one of the most entertaining parts of the fucking show.
Will. Sami Zayn has been one of the most entertaining parts of SmackDown for weeks. And
still at this point as well, I still don't get why Sami and Seth aren't joining forces.
Yeah, they should.
They're literally right now doing the same fucking thing.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Look, I know people don't like Logan. I get it. And if you don't like him, cool. Have at it. There's a lot of people I don't like. I don't know who the hell Bad Bunny is, really. I know he's like the most sold artist last year.
Have you not been watching Raw recently? I've been telling you.
No, but that's I know he was I meant when he came in, but he was the most sold artist last year, the most streamed artist last year. He's won Grammy after Grammy and all that. I'm not a Bad Bunny fan. I'm entertained by what he's doing. I like it. I think it's fun. Just watch the damn entertainment. God damn it. But yeah, and what else do we have on SmackDown really that was of note? We had a stupid Bianca and Sasha thing again.
Yeah, and now officially we will be having the old Seth and Cesaro again because he got.
Oh, he got swung backstage. Like, I'm not being swung again. I won't be swung again. And Cesaro then just swung him backstage. That you know they're going to do something mental at Mania where he's just going to go for like 8 minutes straight or something. Like he's just going to swing him.
As long as Cesaro wins at that point, I don't care.
He's got to win. He's got to win, surely. Yeah, and then obviously we had the close of Edge fucking people up.
Yep, with his old face looking angry.
His old gaunt face, as Dave Meltzer liked to say, looking very, very angry.
The fuck does he know? You know, he's such a spring fucking chicken.
Pretty sure. Meltzer's 60 years old now because I'm pretty sure he's just turned 60 as well. So like, he ain't a spring chicken, but there we are.
There we go. That explains why after shit he comes out with doesn't make any fucking sense anymore.
Yeah, pretty much. But anyway, that is it for this week in wrestling. It hasn't been a great week, and doesn't feel like the build to WrestleMania at all. I don't think.
Who knows? Maybe next week will be better.
Hopefully, I think there's going to be an issue here in that everything's going to get leaked for Raw and SmackDown. This is something which I've said to you before as well. When AEW pre-records, which it does every week, nothing gets leaked by the dirt sheets. I will bet any amount of money that these results for next week's Raw and SmackDown will be in the goddamn Wrestling Observer within about 2 minutes after them airing, because Dave ain't holding on to that like he does to AEW. But there we go. They'll be out everywhere, which is a shame. It's weird. That's gonna be weird for a go home WrestleMania show. But there we are. If you're new here, like and subscribe to us here on this channel. Head over and follow us on Twitter at SEW_podcast, and we'll see you next time for another video. We are out.